feeling with Never Be Lonely here on Pure West Radio. Before that, we had a bit of Tevin Campbell from the Goofy movie with Eye to Eye. Yeah, that is a 90s classic here on Pure West Radio. Always love that one. Before that, we had KSI, Craig David, and Digital Farm Animals with Really Love. So welcome back, everyone, to the Sunday Gaming Show here on Pure West Radio. I am joined by Liam Boulcott with Boulcott, I should say. Liam Boulcott. Let's start this properly. Liam Boulcott of Pembrokeshire Wargaming. I was more distracted by the hoodie saying Mr. Wargaming, which I was not expecting that to be a title. I've never seen you being called that before, but yes, we have Mr. Wargaming here on Pure West Radio, specifically talking about an event you've organised for the second year running after a rip-roaring success last December, which is the Tenby Games Festival. So just start off with this. What is the Tenby Games Festival?
So the Tenby Games Festival is an event that we're running in the Valence in Tenby on the 14th of December, and basically bringing together the county's traditional gamers, board gamers, war gamers, miniature painters, things like that, just to come together into a place for them to come and hang out, play some games, meet some like-minded people, and hopefully have a great day out.
I've seen it because it's something that's quite unique with the hobby that we're both in, because we're both fans of Warhammer 40,000 and also with other war games as well, and tabletop games and board games too. It's something quite useful for us in Pembrokeshire because we have this kind of weather issue in the county where things tend to get very soggy, very damp. So outdoor events can be a bit of a problem, but it's one advantage with this particular hobby. It doesn't matter what the weather is. We can just enjoy it indoors, even during the depths of winter.
Absolutely, especially with the clocks having gone back a couple of weeks ago. People are obviously looking for more things to do inside, perhaps even with family around Christmas. You've got a week or so off. So it's a more better time to embrace perhaps a new hobby or get back into playing some board games that aren't the traditional ones like Monopoly or Risk, things like that. Perhaps something a little bit more adventurous, a bit more down to earth and casual that you can play together, and also come and meet a lot of other people within the county that have a very similar interest to.
Absolutely, because it's surprising just how much board games have grown, certainly in the last 10 to 15 years, where we've had your classics, your Scrabbles, your Monopolies, Risk, as we mentioned, but then there have been some very unique games coming in. I've had a lot of fun with, because my sister and her fiance, they bring all kinds of board games to the family. You know, Colt Express has always been a classic one for us. I finally tried Settlers of Catan, which was a time. I mean, they decided to give me the opportunity to move the thief around and then start doing negotiations. That was a terrible idea, because I am a walking villain, apparently, when it comes to this game.
Dear me. I mean, things like that, Settlers of Catan, it's absolutely perhaps one of the pioneering sort of new wave board games that came in. But just in the event itself, we're going to be having over 150 to 200 board games that are free to anyone to use. So you might pick up a new family classic. We're getting support from the UK Games Expo, who run a huge event in the NEC, but they're supplying board games to us to be able to use the citizens of Pembrokeshire to enjoy.
Fantastic.
The whole day, and we're going to have board game shepherds as well, who can perhaps point you around, pick some new games that you can pick up, and so you're not straddled around trying to figure out the rules and trying to figure them out, and hopefully not too many arguments over who rolled what.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a classic one, that, because just to explain with this one, this is a ticketed event that's being held on the 14th of December at the Valence Pavilion. We just put the link out onto our comment section, so for those who are interested to go. And for the price of admission, it very much is well worth it. A lot of people think, ooh, they have to pay for it. But for the admission itself, you do get a lot of access to a number of events that you can see. So it does also support the local county as well when it comes to Pembrokeshire Wargaming, and also with other events as well. It just keeps the lights on and allows people to really get some benefits of playing these, because it's one thing that's often neglected with this. A lot of people think, oh, it's just you playing with little toy dollies on the board or that kind of thing, or it's just like Dungeons and Dragons. But the benefits of this particular hobby is huge when it comes to therapy, for example, when it comes to finding creative outlets. It has had a huge impact. In fact, one of our charities that it's actually our featured charity of the year, the VC Gallery, has worked a lot when it comes to artwork with helping veterans deal with PTSD and other trauma as well, and other support. It's something that Warhammer does provide quite a lot with as well, along with board games too, is having that community aspect, but also creating something, just getting that little bit of therapy from building and creating something that you treasure and cherish, even if it's your first ever miniature.
It is. It's a hugely creative hobby. There's not a huge barrier to entry either. All people can get access to it. There's no sort of physical aspect that you may want to get into. But with the game festival itself, we're not only just having board games, we're going to have creators and exhibitors. We've got tournaments on, even a miniature painting competition as well. So we've expanded the roster from last year. So there's something for everyone, and we're just asking for a small fee to come in just to be able to allow us to run events like these in the future and just support the event going forward.
Fantastic. It's very much an all ages event. It's not just one for people of your my age, in our 20s, 30s, etc. This is one for young kids all the way up to your 90s. If you want to spend a portion of your pension to attend this event, it is very, very open.
It is. If you're from Napoleonics to the sci-fi, there's something here for everybody. And especially with sort of the rise of Dungeons and Dragons in popular culture and things like that as well. We've got something there for everyone, including a DM who's going to be running hourly sessions.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, hopefully if I can get the time off that, I might have to attend, because I very need to get into D&D, because I've only played one Christmas session, which was a single event. That was it. But I really want to get into it more, because everybody I meet the most saying, you would be a great bard. You make a great bard. It's like, is it because I do radio? Well, yes, but also you have the ability to just talk everyone's ears off, which is probably why I do the show here. But it's amazing just the stories that grow from this. I mean, it's certainly even with board games, there's been some great stories from that, where we played there's a Settlers of Catan we were just talking about just now. Video someone did of is like a Game of Thrones style thing where three are arguing over the fact one group had an alliance, and it's like this could be the start of a great show if we get these things going, and it all could stem just from going to an event like this.
It is. We had people make great friendships at last year's event. I've heard back from numerous people who wanted to be involved in this year's because of the time they had last time. So it just kind of goes to show just how much of a popular sort of event this is going to be, how many people are maybe asking for something similar in the county, because I think it's just been underrepresented a little bit in Pembrokeshire. So we're happy that the Valence and the Tenby Town Council have been able to support us in putting something like this together.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to hop into a little bit of music in between, and we're going to be talking a bit more in depth about some of the other special events, including the competition and the painting comp specifically, because people are thinking, how do I get into that? So we talk about in a few moments. First, we're going to get a little bit more music tuning in here. We're going to have a little bit of Teddy Swims with Lose Control and Beaver Doobie and Powfu with Coffee for Your Head as we start discussing about this whole December affair. No, we're not having Mariah Carey. No, she is not allowed in this. She is banned from this particular affair. So we will be removing her from the list. She keeps breaking containment at the moment. It's been driving us crackers. So we're going to drive into that music right now here on Pure West Radio.
At our sister branch, Tenby Optics in Deer Park, Tenby.